Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of STEM Girls Virtual. My name is Emily, and I'm here on behalf of Cincinnati Museum Center. On this show, we talk about different careers in the STEM fields, those fields being science, technology, engineering, and math. Today is an extra special STEM Girls because we're talking with Temple Lester. Temple has a movement called STEM Girls Swag, and she's the team creator of the STEM Swag Box. Temple, thanks for joining us today.
I am so excited to be joining you all today. It feels so amazing to get to talk to people outside of my city and outside of my state. So this is so incredible.
Wonderful. And you're based in Atlanta.
Yes.
So yes, you are one of the first interviewees that we've interviewed out of state, and you're the very first teen we've interviewed. So yes, so you're extra special. Can you tell us how you got interested in STEM?
Yes, so I had always been interested in science. I didn't really play with Barbies when I was little. I wasn't all into the girly things. I used to wash rocks off at my grandma's house when I was very young. I made my dad turn his man cave into a science lab for me when I was young. So I always kind of was in the road of science and not really in the road of playing all the time and not really playing with dolls all the time like maybe other girls were at my age. So that's really just how I got interested in science. And then I started my company when I was 9 just to have fun and show my friends that we can have fun when you have science. And just really that's why I started my company. But then STEM Girl Swag came in, and it's just a movement to help encourage girls and minorities to take an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math, and still have swag with it.
That's great. And you have a website.
Yes.
What kind of resources are on your website?
So on my website, it's just a lot of how to connect with me. I have my STEM Swag shop, which is where you can buy all my shirts. You can buy my STEM Swag box, which I have right here. And you have into my YouTube channel where I post all my fun science videos, my Instagram, where I also post a lot of my videos and a lot of what I'm doing.
Wonderful. And what's the name of your website?
My website is justtemple.com, JUSTTMPLE.
Wonderful. We'll include that in the link with the video for those who are interested in seeing it. Now, you also have something called a STEM Swag Box. Can you tell us a little bit about those? What was the inspiration behind them? What can people find in a STEM Swag Box?
Yes, okay, so this is my STEM Swag Box. It is the coolest science kit ever. I created it, it came out around November, December of 2019, and I just wanted to create a box to show what science can do, and I also raised over $5,000 on GoFundMe to donate these kits to kids in my community that don't have a lot of access to science in their own homes. And Science is for All, so I was doing my part with this. And so this is what it looks like inside. It has some very cool experiments from magnetic slime to self-inflating balloon. And my personal favorite is the plant seed balls, which is made out of recycled paper, plant seeds, and water. So that's really cool. You can also make it yourself, and that is also one of the experiments in there. So this is just really personal to me, probably one of my favorite things that I have done in my company, and it's just so incredible.
That's wonderful. And I know you do a lot of work to keep your peers engaged in STEM. What kind of challenges do you face in doing that?
Challenges that I really face while I'm trying to show people who I am and tell them how to get interested is before I usually speak or before they come to my table, they may think a little less of me than what I actually am, because I am a kid. I just turned 13 in March, so I'm still very young. I created my company at 9, so I was young then. So it's just all about kind of people's perception and how you think, oh, you have to be older to have a business, and oh, you have to be older to be successful. But I am still in middle school and I'm still doing all this stuff. So a lot of it is just challenges when it comes to when people are just looking at you.
I got it. I gotcha. So I saw on your website where you want to be an astrophysicist when you grow up. Very, very cool. What do you love about space? What's your favorite thing about space?
Oh, there's so much that I love about space. I have always been interested in outer space. I started out with a love of astrology and moved into a love of astronomy. So one thing that I love about space is knowing that we are not alone, no matter if we don't know if there's other creatures out there, but there's other planets that we still need to explore. There's other universes and there's other solar systems. And it also helps me understand our world and understand other worlds around us so we can know more.
That's great. Yeah, and Monday was the 51st anniversary of the moon landing, so a notable day in space history. Very cool. What advice would you give to other young men and women who may be interested in STEM?
Some advice that I would give them is to just go for it. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to people if they're telling you not to do it. There's no issue with going for it and doing something. Even if you mess up once, you mess up 3 times, mess up 5 times, it's always going to turn out right in the end. So I would just tell them, be you, be brave, and they will tell you what they want you to do, and they'll tell you who they want you to be, but just always be yourself and go for it.
Wonderful. So you're going to do an experiment for us, and we will list the materials and supplies at the end of the video and in the event description. So let's get to it.
So today, guys, I will be doing an experiment with you, and I am so excited. And this is really an important experiment for everything that is going on right now. I did make this experiment at the beginning of quarantine, and it is your own DIY hand sanitizer. And I started making this because hand sanitizer was selling out in stores when we first went into quarantine. So I just wanted to show you, just in case you ever run out or you can't go to the store to get any, how to make your own. And it's just a few simple ingredients. So the ingredients are alcohol, any type of alcohol, but you should have actually 90% or over alcohol. See, I have a 50% one here. This is not the best. The 90 and over is the best alcohol, actually. So I have this, and I'm going to use this. I have aloe vera gel, which is just to soothe your hands when you do put hand sanitizer on. And I have a couple essential oils here that should help out. 2 can use for smell, and this tea tree oil is actually very excellent for antibacterial. So let's get to it. I have this right here. It's my cup measurer, and I'm just going to use it because it has a spout, and I'll be putting it inside one of these squeezing containers, so it can be easier to put the hand sanitizer on your hand. And what you actually need is just 3-part alcohol and 1 part aloe vera gel, and then you can add as much essential oil as you want. So let's get started. So I have my tablespoon measure right here, and I am going to put 3 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol, or this alcohol, into the cup. This is 3 tablespoons of the alcohol, and I'm going to squeeze 1 tablespoon of aloe vera gel on here. You can also use natural aloe vera gel. I do have some in my refrigerator that I use for my hair and my face, but I'm just going to use the rest of this gel up. So I have it right here. I'll pour it in there. And now I'm going to use a fork because I do like forks better than spoons for actually mixing stuff up that's liquid and solid, because it can really move stuff in there. So and you want to mix it up really good to where they are basically at the same form. It's very hard. You have to keep mixing it. And you can also shake it once it's in the container, but I just like trying to mix it all the way through when it is in the... And that looks pretty good. There is a little bit of residue from the aloe vera gel, but that is absolutely okay. And now I am going to pour it in here, and then I'll add my essential oils after. This. Little aloe vera left in there, but that is absolutely okay. I'm going to put the top on, give it a good shake, make sure everything's mixed up in there, and that looks good. And you can get these bottles at any type of dollar store, any type of drugstore, any store on your corner, basically. And now I'm going to put in a few drops of lemon to make it smell really good, because sometimes the alcohol can be really strong and you don't want to smell like alcohol where you're walking or wherever you're going. So I'm going to add a few drops of lemon in there. Okay. And a few drops of tea tree oil just to have that more antibacterial, anti-inflammatory in there. Drops of that, and that is good. And we're gonna shake it up one more time. Make sure everything is all equal in there. Shake it up real good. And this is it, and it is liquid. I am going to put it on my hand just a little bit and rub it together. Smells really good. Actually, it doesn't smell all the way like alcohol, and my hands feel really soft. So that is how you make your own DIY hand sanitizer, and it is really cool, and it's really great experiment for right now in the times that we're in.
Wonderful. Thank you, Temple. That was a great experiment, and I can't wait to make my own hand sanitizer now.
Yay.
Great experiment, Temple. Thank you for showing us that. And that about wraps up our interview with Temple Lester of STEM Girl Swag. Temple, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was such an honor. And one thing that I would love to leave with you guys is that the challenge is to be yourself in a world that is trying to make you like everyone else.
Wonderful. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.